Sound test. Alright. Welcome back to another day of streaming with Nemestrinas. We are going to continue our adventure for at least an hour or two in Penny Arcade's on the Rain Slick Precipice of Darkness, Episode 1. We will continue from where we left off. I'll eat a Pop-Tart in between. If memory serves, we were at Pelican Bay. Or we're progressing in Pelican Bay, which was one of the areas that we just entered. That is occupied by evil mimes and clowns. So hopefully, I remember how to play. That's not one of the evil guys. It's the quest giver. Or a quest giver. So we have 3 tasks that we're doing here. We have the main quest line, which we're just investigating. We're doing a general investigation of this place. Looking for any sign of a giant robot. Or what would have caused it. The other thing we're doing is we're making sure we have enough tokens for the items at the front of the place we just came through when we walked through at the beginning. We needed to have 3 of every color, and there's 3 colors. I think it's red, blue, and green. For a Ferris wheel scale model. We needed to have, again, on top of that, another one of each for a broken horn that I'm assuming is going to be used for something else. What that does, I have absolutely no idea. I know what the scale model for. That's for another side quest in a different zone. But I can't remember because we've also been spending tokens for other things while we've been in this place, so I gotta make sure. I think I still had 4 reds. I know I have plenty of, it was either blues or greens, because I made sure I got an overabundance of them when I realized I needed them for other things. Oops. Too busy talking, not enough throwing. Or not enough throwing and hitting things. Okay. Quit. You know, I don't actually know if that told me how many I had, but I'm just gonna pretend I have enough. I feel like I was only short exactly 1 because I had spent one that was a weird bug, that I didn't intend to, or didn't know I was going to. Oh yeah. I forgot quartets were also bad guys in this one. This was for a separate side quest that we're doing to be able to progress in this area. Gentlemen, I have a fantastic offer. This is an incredible example of truly synergistic. Kill 'em, boys. But I'm trying to participate in a rational exchange of... I said kill him before you opened the big yap. So, enemies have certain sensibilities. They're weak to certain attacks. Or strong against certain types of attacks. So he's strong against fixed weapons, blah blah blah. Okay, that guy was weak against garden rakes. It's good for me. Whoa. Oops. My mouse key's gonna get a lot of freaking workout for this game. So this guy's strong against drakes. Whatever, at least I get put on the bleed. Oh, I need to do more overkill bonuses with the character that is me. We got a kazoo band instrument. There's still part of the lip on here. No. Man, now we're up to our asses in blood and guts. Yes, but I was amassing quite the instrument collection. Pick up a ball. So this is the last game that I haven't done, so I have to get at least 5 tokens. Sorry, I always forget to mute my mic when I do drink or eat. So, gotta get at least 5 tokens from this. 1 for a side quest, 4 for 2 different items. It's a little tiny mini game. How those look. So close. Okay, so that's 1. Mini game music's really annoying. Just short 100 points. I have to get at least 1,300 to get the too hard. Way too soft. Okay, that's 2. 3 more. I'm sucking this time. Okay, I think no matter what I got on English. Yeah. 2 more. Okay, no matter what I got it this time. Two more? One more? Let's just say two more. Just so I don't have to come back. Oops. Okay, last one. Alright. What is this? This is starting to get ridiculous. It's like I'm a freshman again, back in the school at the old academy. This is Apocalyptics 101. I assume we can't get through. How are we supposed to get past it? There's usually the result of some ritual, so whatever eldritch phrase opened the cataract to begin with should thin it enough to get through. Tycho Erasmus Rye peers up at the black arch. They aren't typically this big, though. It's usually small-time stuff, resulting from light domestic magic. Dissolves in a couple of hours. This would be a pretty big import. Is it supposed to throb? What is this thing? Wow, this is a cataract. I hope I'm saying that right. You learn about these your first day in Intro to Apocalyptics, what the kids call the intro to the outro. This is what happens when extra-normal energies pierce our universe. You can see how the surface is okay there. It refracts reality. Someone, or a group of someones, hold something in that doesn't belong here. Well, let's see if we can crack this thing. I'm gonna try and open the gate. Sure, go for it. But remember that it was a spell that opened it the first time. Make it spooky. Yeah, okay. Maldrebran. Oop. Sorry, I skipped something. I'm gonna assume the door got pissed off because now the text says, you aren't certain that you had anything to do with it. Can Galgaruo. You hear your own words repeated, echoed by a chorus of wailing voices. They begin to moan, such is their hunger for any new voice, any new sound to punctuate their agony. Don't say anything else. But don't. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Nothing happens. At least nothing you can see. That's all I got. Well, Evil Gate, I guess I'll be off. There is no reply. So, we got the last instrument that we needed. Machines! We got the last instrument we needed, so we know we can go talk to the evil lady again. Evil, fortune-telling device? Ooh, I almost didn't have that one. Shit. No, didn't mean to kill it. Oh, see another bouncing lunchbox, which means more robots. Need these guys for the spare parts to upgrade our weapons. So I missed that block by like a shit ton. Alright, forgot these guys are not weak. Shit. That's gonna kill it. Yep. God, I feel like I gotta sneeze. Nice. This guy, Tycho never gets much attack, always getting a bunch of defense, and that's it. So, this is a reminder as much to myself as it is to you, audience. But the overkill bonus can only be achieved by using a special attack, and you have to have completed it successfully. In other words, you couldn't mess up in a rotation. It doesn't matter that the damage is an overkill on the target. It matters that the damage overkilled on the target and you completed the little mini game of, doing the attack successfully so that it was doing full damage. And every checkbox we get gives us one more additional point of damage permanently after that. And I can get 2 more points of damage. Well, we've got all the instruments. Maybe we could entertain Madame Zadora. Madame Zadora peers out expectantly. Hello. New to Arcadia. We are the, like our name is... Avant-garde. Burning vagina. Yes, that's who we are. And there's still, I think there's some blip on mine. Shut up and play your little harp thing. You take a moment to tune up your eccentric neo-jam post-pre-funk rock folk collective instruments. Somehow you work every theme you've encountered on this ridiculous quest into a semi-coherent piece. You think you can hear the fortune teller's metal foot tapping time on the planks. Unlocked album. Insert a token and await the next slip. We have done your bidding, creature, but even in the oldest contract with your kind, mortals demand their payment. Tycho presses the sled in halfway, and then withdraws it, eliciting a whine from somewhere within the machine. He then drives the sled in fully and steps back. Nothing. Then, the next strip peels out hot from the machine. Folding it open toward the dim gas lamps, it reads, "You will seize the light." That's great. I love those. And then, unbidden, a second strip is excreted. Longer than the others, it hangs from the machine, curling in the breeze. Take the fortune. Across its surface, one smooth letter at a time, a message spreads across as you read it. The fourth fortune, this tiny scrap of paper smelling slightly of smoke, reads, "Yog Sethis Ya Maldon Umbrathia." Wait, Yog, what? Is that bad? I'm thinking. Step slowly away from the machine. So I assume that's the password that they were talking about earlier, that we need to get past the spooky black, fog door. But before we go check that out and see if it's true, we are going to kill these kill these robots, and then we are going to kill these robots, and then we're heading towards the front to go get the 2 items just before I forget. Creepy fucking machines. Oh, come on! I was close enough. Stupid fucking healing robots. It blocked it just enough that it's gonna die to the first tick of the bleed, but not enough so that I get my overkill bonus. Lame. So we're gonna go off and go get those 2 items from the front of the zone, like I mentioned earlier. The man before you draws himself straight, simulating respectability. Curtis Swindle, reputable vendor, despite what you might have heard or even directly experienced. Sale, I assume there's a euphemism. Let's see what you've got for sale. In the misbegotten hovel of a booth, you can see a tiny Ferris wheel which seems to be in excellent condition. The phone just beeped to remind me to put it on the charger. 1 second. Which seems to be in excellent condition, and an ornate-looking horn. We have the tokens for the sin wheel. Well, we've got enough tokens for that sin wheel replica. Yes, well, yes, very well. A deal is, in fact, a deal. Isn't that what they say? Yes, a deal. He can't seem to tear his eyes away from the miniature. The lights blink on and off, perhaps communicating with Curtis in some agreed-upon language. I must have your assurance that this wheel will come to no harm in your care. Gabriel's eyes grow wide. I must insist upon it. We may be relied upon. You may place in us your absolute confidence, sir. He sings to himself. He begins to sing softly to himself. Or to the wheel? It's difficult to tell. He offers you the wheel, weakly, and then draws it back again. This happens several times. Eventually, he holds it out long enough for you to grasp it, and when you do, his body appears to deflate. Why'd he sell it if he didn't want to pass it off? As you turn to leave, you see Curtis wave. You get the impression that he's waving. You don't get the impression that he is waving to you. Okay, I gotta get the other item. The man before you draws himself. Yeah, we've seen that one. I want to buy the horn. Let me take that horn off your hands. Curtis swings the horn in a wide arc from the shelf, ropes of drool flinging from his maw. Give me the goddamn tokens. Before you even can get all the coins on the counter, Curtis has begun to feast. You draw back your hand in fear and alarm. Gabriel snatches the horn and leaps back to safety. I think it's time to leave. I'll be back, I'm sure, at some point. Intimidated by my selection, are you? It's understandable. Okay, so we've got all the things. Did we get all the mine pieces? Hello again. Oh, hello. Nope, we didn't get. There must be more bad dudes behind the spooky fog machine. There we go. I'm looking for some more explosive items, because they're the ones I'd used up earlier. Nope, just everything else I already have. The cataract waits. It waits and listens. I read the words in the last fortune. Guys, I think I've got it. You hold the fortune and prepare to speak the words into the waiting horn. As you begin, you become aware that no sound is passing your lips. Even halfway through the phase, the mute words rasp your tongue, unfolding their bleak eternities in your gibbering mouth. You try to stop, but the words drive against you with their own vile momentum. Yog Sethis Ia Maldum blah blah blah. As if in answer, the gate swings wide. Creepy. Okay, the mimes are weak to just normal, regular attacks from everybody. Ow. Pretend I have a bow. Okay, what's this guy weak to? Pretend I have a grenade. So let's find out what he's weak to. Is it special attacks? Ah, too bright. Ah, more machines. I won. Alright. Another 100 parts. Another level. Giant light. Giant robot clue. The sparkling module is still functioning, just barely. We're leaving. We're taking this new thing back to Annie Claire, now. I think we've just joined the so-called big leagues. Your new toy seems to be attracting a lot of attention. Can we keep going? Oh. We can't even get close to that thing. Well, I guess it's time to go home. Hold! His power is great, but I don't believe he has poured himself entirely into that vessel. It is still vulnerable. We must return here with weapons capable of shearing his link to our world. He must fear us. And in that moment... And then, in that moment of mortal fear, we will strike... I wonder if that's a clue that I'm supposed to finish upgrading everything, or... By, finish upgrading, I mean, my weapons. Or if it's just, we find a thingamajig that allows us to then do damage to the boss. Every game loves to have its thingamajig. Uncle, you are troubled. Unburden yourself. Tell me everything. I'm not sure how. You must try. These mimes are building something. Something terrible. Something I should have picked up on earlier. How could they amass this kind of power in the very heart of the city? Old passages keep singing to me. Ancient text. The dusk of man. The dark friar heresies. Uncle. Can one pass the veil, entering the last days, and not know it? Uncle, return to me. Return. I apologize. I need a moment to collect myself. Look at our big light. We found this giant light thing. An intact illuminating module. This should reveal nearly everything. Annie Claire reaches daintily with a screwdriver and begins her analysis. We have everything we need, but still the mystery eludes us. Annie Claire chews her thumbnail with intensity. Perhaps I could... No. Yes, but no. Perhaps. Dismantling this light we could... That light! The terrible light! By the four below! The dusk of man! The dusk of man, of course! Oh, dude, I have that album. It has this drum solo that, goes on for, a year. The quartet for the dusk of man, do you know it? Here, I shall recite the first quatrain. 4 gods wait on the window-sill, where once 8 gods did war and will. And if the gods themselves may die, what does that say for you and I? It's catchy. I like it. It describes the wailing end of the universe. You may like it less when those same gods start tearing the world apart. I haven't been putting things together. I have a doctorate in apocalyptics, but the field is decrepit now. There's no one watching the signs. Young men get their degrees in the field because they like the imagery. Most of our promising scholars just form bands. But that thing those mimes are building on the boardwalk, it's a divine vessel for Yog Sethis, the Silent One. The world will end tonight. We can't rely on the old academy. Oh, my father told them, of course, before they ran him out. Uncle. Now, we shall be the bastion. The game is afoot. Oh, case closed. Annie Claire, can you help? My uncle's oratory was moving, but I believe in ordered universe. I refuse to acknowledge the dark shadows wrestled in its periphery. Then answer as science would. Hone its cold laws to a razor's edge. How would you eradicate a form of life not native to our universe? If this creature truly is alien to reality, as you suggest, your weapons may have no effect. This is an exercise I find quite invigorating. To fill a god. I think we've moved beyond punching. So, Gabriel's fists. Are they basically worthless? Hey! They must be augmented. Of this I am sure. I think they're best utilized as a delivery mechanism for some pure matter. Something representative of our universe, which should be alien to it. Huh? She wants to dip him in goo. Okay. Ordinary firearms might be out then? Is a machine gun of any use at this point? In its current state, no. Not for this purpose, but... Were we to sheath each shot in unstable energy, it may be worth slightly more than nothing. I'll take it, under the circumstances. I'll need technology to complete it. I may have some at my disposal. I have much at my disposal, but be on watch. You may find the thing that will inspire me. This may be a long night. Let us hope, child. So it may be time to retire the rake then? Actually, the rake's natural shape makes it adept at maintaining a living signature. From the corner of the room, Annie Claire produces the most chilling camera you've ever seen. This device is the reason she is no longer allowed to compete in science fairs. The current thinking on interdimensional movement states that there must be an anchor at both points in order to travel. Could that anchor be a person? Potentially. If you can obtain an imprint of this person, I can make the rake resonate at the same frequency. And that's good? It should be. Alright, special weapon. You don't know how it works, but you aren't sure you want to know. Can you still do normal upgrades? Absolutely. Okay, we'll go ahead and upgrade Tycho's gun, because it requires slightly more parts. Anything else you can do for Tycho's Tommy gun? I think I've done what I can for the base weapon, I'm afraid. Annie Claire thinks for a moment. Perhaps it's time I turned my attention toward the ammunition. Tommy gun with robo rounds. Utilizing the strengthened shards in the robots you have encountered, Annie Claire has fashioned brutal munitions. Can we actually destroy a god? We can't, not the god itself, but it must pour itself into our world to seize it, and if we destroy the vessel, we cut the damnable thing in half. Or at least that's the theory. I do so rarely kill gods. Alright, we'll be back later. That's new. I kind of got the hint that we needed to do... Whoa. Things have really changed in the old neighborhood. Lights down the street are out. The street is perfectly still, and the mimes have put down deep roots here. Are they thinking of starting families or something? I don't understand what draws a mime cult to the goddamn suburbs. They cut down the tree earlier. They cut down the last of the old orange grove when we were here earlier. How old was this tree? More than 100 years? Shit, maybe you should take us there. As you move closer, the silent Pope whirls to face you with genuine rage. Oh dear, you may have interrupted him mid-rite. You know what? Let's start over. I think we got off on the wrong foot before. You guys have any openings? I seriously want to try this thing. Yes, now we're getting somewhere. A microscopic sneer tugs at the corner of his thin mouth. Let's do a show and tell. Want to see my new camera? At a glimpse of Annie Claire's legitimately scary spirit-eating machine, he floats back several feet. Then he does the unthinkable. He makes a sound, a high hiss, some low-rent vampire caricature. You feel a moment of genuine satisfaction. Okay, no hitting me really hard. No, defense down. Speed down. Attack up. Oop, I missed that. Lightning juice. Shit, I'm not paying attention. Oh, he's weak to punches. Oops. And a partial block gets you that fucking debuff. Really likes hitting me. Whoa. Weapon upgrade. Dark Mime Soul. This is the tormented soul of the Silent Pope.